Good morning, everybody. It is now very early in the morning for me, but I am going to be streaming the Spring Season Professionals Tournament Round Robin Day 6 for you for the North American server. As you can see, I will be following Premo. They're up against Hated and Straight tonight, so should be fun matches. I'm going to take away the preview so that you can see the current scoreboard for the second round. In total, we have Rain with 10 points, Void with 9 points, Premo with 8 points, Rain Chaos with 5 points, Straight with 4 points, Pincer with 3 points, Von with 1 point, and Hated with 0 points so far. So pretty much anything can still happen. Top 3 is pretty clear, but the 4th place is still to be battled about. And basically, I'm curious what we'll see tonight, because we're getting closer and closer to having a definite scoreboard for the rest of the tournament that will determine who gets to be in the top 4. And mainly the competition is between Rain Chaos, Straight, and Pincer, so that will make that the matches that happen tonight quite vital to the scoreboard. So in a few minutes the room will be up. And basically then we get to see what happens and what they will all do. So versus Straight. Well, first Hated. We got Hated first, actually. And we are gonna go to Port Bay first. Port Bay looks like this. You have base A that is more in the harbor. You have base B that is a little bit in the middle of a sort of city square kind of thing. And base C higher up on the med side of the map. Personally, I always prefer to go base C because I find that it is easier to go from there into base B than it is to push up from A. And that has more to do with that it's easier to keep the high ground than it is to take the high ground. So that is the first map. After that we go to one of my favorite maps in the game, and that is Vineyards. I liked it a lot better when we still had the whole dusk setting and everything, but I still quite like it. You have base A for the north spawn, base B for the south spawn, and base C in the city. Base A and B both have a spot where you can pretty much capture it in safety, but you have to be careful because there are a few aggressive pushes that make it possible to decap those bases. And C is basically, well, not necessarily a free-for-all, but it is quite difficult for them to decap it once it has been capped. There are a few spaces where you might cheekily be able to get away with it, but the map doesn't make it easy, because base C is pretty in a much line of fire from, well, the whole road that you see in the middle there that goes between base A and B with the bridge. And if we get a tiebreaker, we get to go to one of my other favorite maps of the game, Faust. Faust is 4 bases, base C and D closest to their spawns, base B in the middle, very cheeky base to cap, and base A, which is basically the mat base for this map. I really love this map mainly because of all the ways that you can just shoot people from across long distances, cheeky shots from weird locations, that kind of stuff. I just really like it. It is a great map. And because of all the tunnels and the bridges and everything, that just keeps it interesting, because people can be anywhere and you might be able to shoot them very easily or very hard. Same with the base captures and decapping it and everything. So overall, I really like this map. In the meantime, I am starting the stream on the YouTube thing, because, well, YouTube always wants me to activate that manually. And I'm happy to do so, but it does mean that I have to split my attention a little bit. But yeah, that is Faust, and those are the 3 maps that we start with. And we're going to take the map away so that it won't be in the middle of the screen for you guys. And now we just have to wait for the invite to the room, basically. That should be up any minute now. There it is. Oh, crap. Stop. Sorry, that was YouTube that starts just playing the ad automatically, even though I didn't tell it to. Mainly I have YouTube running so I can look at the chat, but that also means that I get the first commercial. So you probably heard a little bit of that. But we are readied up now, so we won't miss the match. We still have 4.5 minutes thereabouts before we actually enter the game. We have on Pramo's side 5 people so far. Hated has 3, but they have plenty of time to get into the room and to decide what tanks they're gonna drive, where they're gonna go. So just to answer, I noticed one of my moderators just commenting on that in the chat as well. Because of all the technical issues and the bugs that were involved with the coins, Wargaming has decided not to do that anymore. And that means that basically I can't give you coins. And that is sad because I always like giving people some freebies. But it is what it is, I can't help that. I am still happy to be streaming these kind of games because for me it's all about the gameplay, not about the coins or the freebies. And I hope you guys will enjoy it as well. So we have 3.5 minutes left to go. Pramo is completely there but not completely ready up yet. Hated is still missing a few people. But they do have enough to actually enter the battle now. If they already up, that is. And we still have 3 minutes left to go. Plenty of time. So we just have to wait patiently. See people ready up. See people decide what they're gonna do. We have Pramo now with a complete lineup of a 268, an IS-4, a VK, a 263, an IS-7 and 2 T-22 mediums. In the meantime, I can feel my throat starting to act up, so I'm gonna take a bit of gum. So sorry for a bit of chewing noises while I'll do that. And Hated now has a full team as well. And they are readying up as well. 2.5 minutes left to go. And that is plenty of time. Especially since only one needs to ready up on each side. We now have the YOLO wagon that was exchanged for the 183. Well, that is eventually a 268. And we see Hated has now readied up with 4 IS-4s, a 268, an E5 and a T-22 medium. So we are ready to go. Everyone is ready to go, but we still have 2 minutes before we actually enter the battle. And at this point I always wonder what they're talking about. That I know that there are some clans that are just joking, and others will be still talking tactics, and others will be wondering if they went for the right lineup, if their tanks have the right camo, the right loadout and all of that. And with that being said, we still have about 1.5 minutes. And honestly, with that T-22 medium, I really want that thing to come to the store. I want it, I really do. I've been saving a lot of gold for it. We see Hated still changing their lineup. We see Pramo doing the same thing. So I'm just not gonna call it just yet. So we now have now I'm gonna call it under a minute actually. Because then we can be fairly sure that it won't change. We have of course the 222 mediums on Pramo's side. We now have 2 IS-7s, a VK and 2 268s. Whereas on Hated side, well, we still see things change. One IS-7 just became an IS-4. And on Hated side, we see 3 IS-4s, a 268, a mouse, an E3, and potentially the T-22 medium, but he does have to ready up. He still has 40 seconds to do so, and he just changed himself into a Batchat. But I think that with only 30 seconds left on the clock, we won't be seeing all that much changes anymore. So I think this should be the definite lineup for now. And we are all set to go, but luckily we don't have much to wait anymore. And then we get to see the first battle of the evening. Well, evening for you, night for me. And here we go, countdown clock has begun. 2, 1, and here we go. Promo, nice variation of avatars. Hated mostly pros. With 1 gem and an Aussie. I still can't believe that they write that with an O and not the way they should be. So we go up, up and away. Does that mean they are not on voice together? Or at least he is muted. We have Hated that is going to go straight for the whole city area. And we have Promo that is going for the sea area. It will take the mouse a long time to get anywhere though. And I think that Hated is going to go for 2 cheeky caps and see if they can get away with it. And they might. That is quite a nice move of theirs. T22 mediums now in a corner where they can't really do much of anything, so they have to move. We see some blind shots going into where usually there might be a camper, but there isn't really. They have 2 bases now. Pramo is catching 1. Tanner just lost a bit of HP, but Epic Spy just lost a ton. And we see Pramo moving back together. We see some shots being taken, but no HP damage being lost for that. VK in a troll position, but the pressure is on Pramo to make a move because they don't have 2 bases. And I think we're gonna see just what that pressure does with those T22s, but they just held back. And we just have to wait to see what they do. Hated is nicely spread out. We have the Batchat that is there for potential early warnings. There he is. Nice cheeky shot there. Not HE, but it did do quite a bit of damage. And we have the T22s now moving in together with the Object 2. Well, basically everyone is moving in. And I think the only difference is that the VK seems to be going towards base B. We see... Ooh, the 268 just got absolutely pwned. He did get a shot into Tanner there. But one more reload and he is gone. There he goes. We have Reich pushing in the E3, losing a ton of HP there in the middle. Reich going after the Batchat and the mouse and the IS-7. He is basically going to be able to get shots in the rear for them. And we see in the middle the E3 is nearly dead. But Tanner has lost quite a bit of HP, so has the IS-7 unique. But already Hated has lost 2 tanks. Pramo is now also capping the base. So they will have the point advantage. They definitely have the gun advantage because now it's 6 versus 3. And now there's a lone mouse here that is ramming people and they're keeping him away from Chipotle. But he does manage to kill him. But it is costing him a lot of HP to do so. It is 3 versus 4. Well, it is 4 versus 2 now. And Reich is just going straight on in for the last remaining IS-4s. Ooh, that was a big shot. There goes Tanner. But it is still 3 versus 2, and this is not looking good for Hated. If they were to survive, if they were to get a shot in and make a kill, it would have been different. But Pramo is not giving them the chance. And now we have 1 IS-4 left. And he has very little HP left and 1 more reload. And it is over, and it is Enzyme that gets the kill from base B. And that is the first game of the match. I like the way that Hated cheekily capped those bases early in the beginning. But when Pramo just pushed in, they were too spread out and it allowed Pramo to pick them off. So now with a minute and a half left to go before the second match on Port Bay, we have Pramo that is pretty much ready in 2 268s, 2 IS-4s, 2 T22 mediums and potentially the T57 heavy. We don't know for sure yet. And we have Hated in 2 IS-4s, a 268, an STB, a mouse, a T57 heavy and a T22 medium. And I'm a little bit curious about the STB. That is not really a tank that I would expect on this map in tournaments like this. And eventually even Steven went with a mouse on Pramo's side. So we have 2 268s, 2 IS-4s, 2 T22 mediums and a mouse. And on Haded's side, still the same as before. And this can be fun because 2 mice overlooking base B can be very troll to each other. And that can lead to some funny possibilities. Rory just changed into a 1-1-3. So with 13 seconds left to go, we are almost ready to go into the battle and to see what happens in this second battle of this matchup. And here we go. I am seriously surprised at the talk that is happening in the chat, because it makes me feel that there may not be on voice, or that not everyone is on voice, or at least not with the ability to talk. And I think those kind of things are just so important, because in the battle you can't waste time trying to chat with what you can very easily say on voice. We have the mouse going into a position where he can overlook base B. Nice side-scraping position behind the building there. Mouse on the other side doing something else. STB is reporting in through the chat. We have the IS-4 and the 268 moving in now. IS-4 is now capping. Epic Spy immediately losing some HP, but so does Reich. And that STB just got pretty hurt. We see some shots going into the T-57 Heavy here. And again, Hated will have the 2 bases, but they lost quite a bit of health trying to get that. Nice little crossfire going on there. Tanner still full health even though he has been getting shot. And that was a big hit into the mouse though. And the T-57 Heavy is now in a very precarious position because he can't really pull back much without getting shot. We have the STB coming from the back. Shots being fired. That bounced though, but it didn't bounce on the mouse. But Hated is losing a lot of HP trying to do this. We have the mouse repositioning. I think he's gonna go after the T-57 Heavy. But he can't shoot him yet. And we have Primo now moving in. We're gonna go over here so that we can follow as much as we can as they move into. There goes one. STB is very likely next. Epic Spy asking for help, but he's gone before anyone can give it. There goes another gun. We have the 113 now that is being focused on. That is not, he does not get to live much longer. There he goes. And now 7 versus 3. Poor Carlos here is in a lot of trouble facing 3 guys at once. The mouse holding back a little bit, but it's not going to help him much. Primo stealing a base. Hated liking the fact that the 268 is in the front, but it actually is working out quite well. The mouse now being focused. The IS-4 having very little HP left, but he's the only one. And Carlos gets to live the longest. And now they're just like, I want the kill. No, I want the kill. And it is Chipotle that gets it. And the second match is for Primo. So now we go to Vineyards in just under 2 minutes. I think we're gonna see quite some different lineups there. And we see some tanks being changed now. Other players playing different tanks. We have Hated mostly rated up. So with just over a minute left to go, we are just waiting for people to ready up. And we see Chipotle in the AMX 30B. Potentially, he might still be changing it. No, he is gonna drive it, and that is an interesting choice, to be honest. Because with that giant cupola that it has, I've seen it get shot to death quite quickly. At the same time, that is another tank that I would just love to have, but all the crazy stuff, just no. So we have Pramo pretty much ready in a 268 and AMX30B, a grill, 2 batchats and 2 113s. And we see Hated now ready in a batchat, a 268, 3 IS4s, an E3 and a mouse. And there we have it. Lineups are final. We have 20 seconds left to go. I don't think we will be seeing any more changes. And the pressure will definitely be on Hated right now, because with 2 wins on Pramo's side, that means that they have to win every single match from now on in order to get the point. Whereas Pramo basically has 3 games to win just 1. So that will definitely put the pressure on them. And here we go. Let's see what they do, where they go. We have the batchat from Hated going towards base A. We see the same thing happening on the other side. Both batchats are going to be capping, but with this, it might just be that Hated has a tiny point advantage. You have the AMX30B, the batchat has been spotted. Ooh, that was unlucky. But look at this, look at what Unique is doing. That is very cheeky. But he might just get away with it. The E3 just missed him. And the batchat lost a lot of health trying to cap that base. They don't have the base, Pramo has a base. And they have a nearly gone batchat. So the batchat is now just repositioning himself. He might be going towards base C next. With the mouse that is in a holding position, we see the IS4 taking some damage there. 268 taking damage. They have to be a little bit careful now though, because the 268 has completely reloaded, but so has the E3. Chipotle taking quite a bit of damage there in the... Oof. That poor 268. Unique moving around the back, probably to kill off the batchat in the back that he doesn't know is there yet. But I don't think he's gonna get to live for long. 268 has been taken out of commission, so now they are moving in, and that tracking shot was pretty good. We have the mouse that is trying to help, but that bounced though on the 113. There goes the batchat. Now the mouse is being singled out, and he is being shot from pretty much every side. It's tracked now. The 113 moving in to protect Reich, which works. Chipotle arriving at the back, and he's gonna be able to get the kill shot. And now we just have 2 IS4s left. First the batchat that is reloading. The AMX did lose quite a ton of health in total, but he is still alive. The grill bouncing on the IS4 there. Unique moving in. People getting in each other's way a little bit. Tanner wanting to get a little ram action. And there he goes. And it is a 7-0. Nice hug between even Steven and Tanner there. And that is it. That means the point gets to go to Pramo. And I'm gonna quickly have a look to see if we have any other points yet. No, that is still going on. Rain, let's see. Otherwise, I'm just gonna play a few replays. Well, I'm definitely gonna play some few replays because we have about half an hour left to go before the next match. Nope, no matches just yet, so I am gonna play those replays for you and to see what I have for you that will be fun to watch. So let me go into my trusted spring season replays channel. I've got quite a few replays. Just need to wait for the channel to load. I am gonna start you off with this one. This is a tank that I decided not to go for myself because I found it too expensive, and I was actually better off in the normal T-28 prototype. It just worked better for me. So we are moving. It is not supremacy, so no bases, just tanks. AMX getting a little bit bullied into the direction that the team has to go. Stuff being said in symbols. I don't read that, so I have no idea what's actually being said. And it's quite funny because in a way this tank is better than the normal prototype, but it just didn't work out for me. We have the IS-3 at the back there. Nice shot there. And with the AMX in front of him, he is not the primary target, which definitely helps. And now he has just one shot left. No, he's... Oh, actually, he's not behind the building. Nice little cheeky shot there, but now he is in a clip reload. So now we have to wait. And he has to play it quite carefully. Cheer is almost dead now. There it goes. Well, okay then. That doesn't help matters. Now he's moving in for the kill of the... He is not actually, he's focusing on the IS there. That is a very tricky thing to do. Because the IS-3 gun is a lot closer. We have the comment there, but that's also being ignored. And he pens. Nice little bounce there, did damage the gun. But that can be fixed. And now it is 5 versus 5. Again, nice little bounce. It is quite a troll tank, and that makes it quite fun. That is the end of the AMX. Now we are 3.2k damage in. He has one shot left, and I think that's gonna go into the IS-3. There we go. But now he has the long clip reload again, and he has to be careful. Nice little wiggle bounce. He didn't bounce that though, but it didn't do all that much damage. And now he's moving in for the Comet. The Comet is trying to pull back. Nice shot there. He's now a one shot. 4 seconds left on the reload. That Comet is not gonna live for long, especially not when this guy bounces shots left and right. That is the end of him, and he still has one shot left for the KV-4. And now he's in a clip reload. It is 3 versus 3. His teammates are dealing with someone way at the back. And he is reloading. He's played quite nicely because people will expect him to still have shots when he really doesn't. And with almost a reload, he is just moving in a little bit. He does take a shot of damage there, but he can actually clip this guy. If he makes sure that all the shots pen. It is unlikely, but it could potentially happen. Nope. But we are 5k damage into it. And now he's just reloading his clip. He might take a shot here. But this has been a very nice game so far. And he's just waiting. Seeing if he can get that KV-4. He's actually leaving him to his teammates. With 23 HP. I think he's like, yeah, I just want the damage. KV-4 is still alive. His teammates are gonna go for him. And he is looking for the last guy. That is probably AFK. But we don't know for sure. There he is. Oh, Bulldog is actually alive. Ooh, that missed though. And now he might be in a lot of trouble. And the KB4 killed off his teammate. That was a very, very low roll. Again a low roll. And now he is in the clip reload, so that might cost him quite dearly. But the Bulldog doesn't seem to have much of a clue. That was a nice little bounce. 5.8k damage. Nice little catch there. Now that's the pen, and with that he switches back to AP, which is a clever move because you don't need to use HE to make him kill him now. He still has one shot left, and now it's a 1v1 because the KV4 actually managed to kill off his teammates. He does not have all that much long. He could potentially go for a clip reload, but he decides not to. He decides to make that shot count. He has a PCR loaded. He just has to be careful that he aims very carefully to make this work. Something Russian. There he is. This is not a shot you want to hasten. You want to make sure that this pens, even if it... Or you do that, that works too. 6.5k damage in a tier 8 vehicle, that is quite epic. Very nicely done. Nice little bounces as well. Look at these, oh god. That T23 E3 drowning himself probably didn't help either. Sorry. My throat is just itchy. So I'm gonna check the score in a little bit. Taking a sip of drink first. And just to clarify again, I said this before. There are no coins. Wargaming decided with all the bugs to just pull the plug on it and not give out coins anymore. Which is quite annoying. But it is what it is, can't help that. So let's have a look at the score. We still have 20 minutes left to go. Pramo got the point that we know. Rain got a point. Let's look at that. Rain versus Rain and Rain won. We have Void. Let's have a look. That one from Straight. Hate it, we know. We only miss Von and Pincer. Let's see what happened there. And Pincer won from Von. Just the points haven't updated yet, so. But we still have 20 minutes left to go. Which means that we have about 50 minutes left to go of replays. So let's see what else I have for you. Let's see, there are a few that I'm gonna save for the Asia server, because when I can, I like having replays of the team that I'm streaming. And this is a game that I've been told that it is not a mastery game, but I believe you will like it. So I'm curious about that. I'm gonna play that and we're gonna see what he does. E3 is a very troll tank. It was my third tier 10. I got the Jaeger first, then the 268, and then I went down the E3 line. And after that, the E4 line, basically my first 4 lines were all TDs, and that is mainly the reason why I drive the way that I do in the sniper mode a lot. And he is going towards base A. And he decides not to go to base A, he's going more towards the middle. I think he's gonna see if he can decap base B when they try to cap that. With the way that he's going. He got very lucky because there's actually a fence in the way there. So that is not really a place where I would want to aim and shoot. He does manage to do it again though. Standing still and aiming, that definitely helps. They are still attempting to cap base B. The Leo just got obliterated. And now the I-7 is in a position where he can't shoot it. And now he shot the fence. He is being careful. Moving forwards a little bit. He knows he can't decap it now. But he is waiting for a nice little target that is not driving into his line of view. Nice little cheeky shot there. And he is now crossing the bridge. I think he might just be going for a B cap there. And potentially an HE-able target. Nice. He has to be careful not to fall off the bridge though. VK is not a happy bunny. It is already 4 versus 7. VK is a very rude person. Nice shot there. I like that he didn't use his fix-it kits to make this work. He is stealing the base. But basically his team is being obliterated. It is now 2 versus 6. Quite a few of them are one-shots though. So they might be able to pull this off if they play this smart. Nice little blind kill there. Probably not the one he was expecting to kill. I have no idea what RPO means, but okay. Oh my god, honestly. E100 turned around. Okay, you mean pro. E3 now moving in. He did not do much damage yet, but those blind kills though. What is now in now is tricky because they do still have a medium tank. And ramming skills. Nope, denied. From both sides, to be honest. E100 now getting in the way. E3 missing. There we go. But where did the E50 go? They still have time. They have the point advantage. I think with that he means AFK. Cap the base, but nope. I have no idea what he was saying. He moved. There he is. Nice cheeky shot there. And the E50 is actually turning around to try and deal with him. That is not something I would advise. Because now he's lost a chance to run away. E3 not the fastest tank in the bunch. But this is in very, very potato E50. There we go. 3 kills, 2 of them blind, like we saw at base D. First class deserved to be more than that. That was a funny game. Very nicely done. Very rude VK as well, but very nicely done. So let's see, how long do we have left? We still have about 10 minutes, so that's at least one more replay. Let's see what I have for you. I got sent this. And this should... Oh, that was not the button that I was going for. And we are gonna see a game in the Waffle. Waffle is a tank that people generally play it as a camper. I'm really not a fan of that. He loads in quite late. He's gonna go towards the back. Towards the burning trees. That looks so weird though. I'm never a fan of people staying at the back and camping. Because I always believe that you are not being a good teammate. I don't think you're being effective when you play like this. Yes, you will get the damage. He did not switch to HE when he could have, because that was the bum that was looking at him. And now he lost his target. And he's still not been spotted, so that is quite nice. But he has to be careful. They've already lost the tank. And he wants that... I think he wants T-54 more, to be honest. And they are blind-shotting his bush. Oh, now he has been spotted. But his team already lost 2 tanks now. So he has to be careful. There's actually a very good reason as to why I... Ooh, that miss. As to why I play replays. I'm streaming from PC. I only play on touch. I absolutely suck on PC. And that's not something I want to do to you. So I've decided that in between the battles, I'm gonna show you some great replays that I get from people. Because I think you would enjoy that a lot more than you would... Ooh, nice little double tap there. I think you would enjoy that a lot more than you would watching me play PC. He can't really do much there. Ooh, there's a grill. HE, HE. Nice. He has to be careful, but so is the grill. The grill is not letting this... He is letting him do this. Yeah, you could wait for that. Now it is 2 versus 5. T-54 repositioned himself. Basically with the VK playing quite aggressively. They have to make this work. But you can't see them here because they're not in positions where you can actually do something about it. There goes the VK. It is 1 versus 5. If he pulls this off, I'll be impressed, camper or not. I think it's definitely very important to relocate because they know where he was. At the same time, being caught out in the open like this in a waffle is not something you want either. No, they weren't camping. Well, your waffle was camping a bit, but still. Just to answer your question, there's a 5-minute delay, so everything that I react to in the chat is something that has long since happened. Nice. He did get spotted though, so that might not work in his favor. He has to be very careful not to get hit too much now. Because every bit of HP that he preserves is something that he needs, and that is not the way to do it. He has to take out that T-54. Ooh, he has company in the form of a DS. Also not something that... Ooh, nice shot on the move. Honestly. And now he has a Death Star. He can do this though. He has to play this carefully. He can... If he barely sees it... There we go. Nearly 5k damage. 4 kills. He has 2 kills left to go. If he wants to win this. There's the Moishkin. He's leaving that to his own devices. He's gonna go for this guy first. Nice little kill. And now it's just him versus the Moishkin. And that will be tricky. Ooh, it does help if the Moishkin misses. Especially when he shows his flank like that. Oof. Noise. But he will have to play this very, very carefully. Let the Moishkin make the mistakes. There's 1.5 minutes left to go. Oh, he got so lucky with that one. But now the Moishkin is a one-shot. As long as he can pen. He just has to make sure that it does. There we go. 7k damage, 6 kills in a waffle. Very nicely done. No, actually the delay thing has been here since the beginning of all these tournaments. So there's always been a 5-minute delay on the streams that people stream. Let me see if we have time left. No, I'm not gonna risk it. But yeah, I'm just gonna talk about stuff then. The delay has always been there. Because with a 5-minute delay, you can be sure that people don't see each other's lineups. And that means that there can't be stream sniping. By the time they see anything happening, it has happened, like in the beginning of the battle, when the battle has just ended, that kind of stuff. So we are just waiting basically for the tournament to continue. We have the points as is. And basically that's it. We're going to be seeing Pramble versus Straight. Pressure is definitely on Straight to win because they will need a point if they want to get to the top 4. So that might be very tricky for them, and that will definitely put the pressure on. So we still have about 2 minutes left to go. And yeah, you can message me on Discord while I'm streaming. I just won't reply because obviously I'm focusing on this. The thing is that for a few things, Wargaming doesn't seem all that interested in showing that people aren't really following the rules. And I think it would be great if they made like a very harsh example of whoever does break the rules, because in a tournament like this, you should play fairly, and it should be, even though it's exciting, even though there's a lot on the line, it should just be fun. And that's not something that I feel is enforced enough. But that's my opinion on it. Also, by the way, about the waffle, that being said, I'm not a great fan of the waffle. I'm not great in the waffle, it just doesn't fit my playstyle much. I play on the EU server. That is why it is very late for me right now. But I do love the opportunity to be able to stream this. Also, for those wondering, I do not have this amount of gold. This is a press account, so basically I have all tanks here with a pretty much unlimited amount of gold. Well, this is not as unlimited as my EU press account, but still. And I use this mainly for testing tanks, or in this case, because it's my NA press account, to tune with subs and that kind of stuff. And that is mainly because my ping in the NA is quite nice to play on. It isn't all that high and it is steady. But I really can't get myself to grind a whole new account on a different server just to play with my subs. Even though I really like my subs and I want to keep them, there's the room. That is just not something I want to do. So I am currently the only one on Straight's team. But we have 5 promos there already and they should be all appearing soon. I am gonna quickly check to see what maps we got. We start with Naval Frontier, which looks like this. You have base C, which is basically considered the map base. You have base E and B, A and B close together, but A is on an elevated level. For me, base A is pretty much always the base to go. I have seen it quite often different in tournament battles, but when it comes to randoms, I much prefer to go towards base A and just have just move from there, because I find that base has some quite nice position. At the same time, if you're caught there and you're caught in between two parts of the red team, you can be absolutely slaughtered, and that doesn't really work out. But that is a map that I quite like. Then we go to pretty much my least favorite map of the game, which is Castilla. Castilla is just, yeah, I'm not a fan of it. All bases have lines of fire into it. There's no base that you can camp safely. You have tons of places where you can camp. This is basically a map that invites camping of a lot of different kinds. You have base A, which is the mat base, but it can be camped from long range distance on from the north side. You have base B that is in the middle, but that has a lot of straight fire lines from camping positions into it. And you have base C that is basically a death wish if you want to cap it, because it can be decapped from so incredibly many different places. And that is the second map. And if we go through that and we get to the tiebreaker, we get to go to Fort Despair. Fort Despair is one of the smallest maps that we have. You have base C that is quite secluded, but still with some lines of fire. Base B that is a little more open, and base A that is a place to go where you want to get shot, because there's pretty much, it's wide open, and especially for all the camping positions that TDs might be in, that's generally a base that I tend to avoid. I like hanging around base B, seeing how the battle develops, and moving on from there. So those are the maps that we're gonna have against Straight. I'm gonna take away the maps so that it won't be on half the screen for you. And we still have 2.5 minutes left to go. Straight is there with complete lineup for Naval Frontier of a Grill, 2 IS-4s, an E3, a Patton, a Mouse, and a 113. And Primo scenes preset on 2 268s, a Grill, an AMX-50B, 2 IS-4s, and potentially a T-57 Heavy. I see someone saying no wonder the tier 9 variant is better. I personally absolutely adore the Grill, and I dislike the Waffle. Waffle doesn't suit my playstyle much. Grill I can be very cheeky in. So yeah. The delay has been there since before I can remember, actually. I think it was there from the first Twisted Cup season. But yeah. And we still have some people unreadying up again, and lineups changing. Even Steven decided to go for the AMX-50B. So we have 2 268, 2 AMX-50Bs, and 3 IS-4s on Primo's side. And on Straight side, with still 1.5 minutes left to go, we have a Grill, 2 IS-4s, an E3, Patton, Mouse, and a 113. Anything can still happen. They can still change things about, but that is the lineup as we see it right now, with, like I said, 1.5 minutes left to go. If you want to send in replays, by the way, I have a Discord link in the description of the video. I have a special special channel there for spring season replays. Know that normally for sub replays I only use losses and rolls, because I feel that people learn more from that. But I make an exception for the spring season, because I'm just streaming them in between the battles, to make sure that you don't get bored, I don't get bored, and that we have something fun to watch. But yeah, for normal sub replays, I only use losses and rolls. But for the spring season tournaments, you can submit them. So we have everyone ready. We have 0.5 minute left to go. And we get to see what happens then. And like I said, there's a lot hanging on this for Straight, because they need to get the point if they want to still compete for the top 4th place. Any point pretty much is vital, and any point that they don't get will make things all that much harder for that. So with 2 seconds left to go, we are ready. Let's go. And here we go. Nice camo on the Grill, does look nice. And we see both teams going pretty much every direction. The Grill going more towards base A by the looks of it. Potentially going up. I don't think he's going to be able to do that though. He is in a nice position to get some shots into A from there maybe. Ooh, and that was a big hit into the 113. Whereas we were looking at what's going on with the grill. The 113 is in trouble. The grill is now putting back the mouse and the IS-4 turnaround, and I think that's on time, even though it was for a different kind of purpose. But now they have the powerhouse mouse at the front. Nice shot bounces on right there. And we have the Pitbull at the back that is capping base C. We see the first shot going into the mouse there. Primo is capping base A. And we might see Samuel capping base B soon. People just got hit. And now we have an E3 on another interesting location. These kind of locations, I always like them, but at the same time, it does put your team back because you're not as mobile as you should be. Chipotle getting hit. With the Tanner moving back. Base B has been capped. Samuel takes some damage there. But I think the 113 is in a lot of trouble now. Chipotle nearly having lost his life. He has to be careful, but there he goes. Tanner pulling back now. The 113 wisely pulling back as Reich pushes up. AMX 50B at the back. But the IS-4 is ready for him. But Primo has 2 bases now, so the pressure will be on straight even more to change this. The mouse is turned around. Primo is making a move. I think they're going for the Pitbull. That was an expensive shot to miss. And we have Tanner crossing over. Even Steven turning around a little bit. Oof, big hit there. Oh, that was just deletion. And now both teams have lost a tank. Tanner just got hit as well. The mouse moving and losing a lot of hit points, peeking out from there. And Primo just has to wait. They have the bases. They can afford to just be passive. They're not, but they could afford to be. IS-4 just lost a ton of health. We have the AMX at the back. Unique getting his shots in. Mouse losing more HP. And now the 2 IS-4s here, Enzyme and Reich, focusing on the IS-4. We have the grill that just got a massive hit in. And now they have to be careful. They don't want to lose their guns. IS-4 still got a shot in the grill there. The mouse moving in. There went the IS-4. There goes the mouse. That wasn't. Oof, that was a big hit in the IS-4. There he goes. Grill in trouble now, together with the 113. And the battle is already over because Primo hit 1k points. And damage-wise, that was quite close together. I think, funnily enough, the grill wanted to be pushed up eventually worked out for them. Because that meant that the mouse was already pointing in the right direction when those IS-4s came. So we have a minute and a half left to go. And we see that the lineup is slightly changing on Primo's side. But they do like the double 268 lineup. It really works for them. And we see straight now completely readied up with a 113, a 268, a 263, 263 even, a bat chat, a mouse and an IS-4. So that is pretty much YOLO wagon. I'm very curious to see what they will do with that, because that is a lot of firepower. There's also a lot of turretless tanks. And we have Primo that is readying up with a 268, 2 IS-4s, 2 113s, there's the other 268, and a bat chat. They like to be seen, they seem to like doing the whole double tank kind of thing. And yeah, like I said, if it works, why not? So 20 seconds left to go before we go into the match. 16. And we are just about ready. And here we go. Second battle on Naval Frontier. I was about to think that I might have missed hitting the get ready button, but luckily that was not the case. And here we go, up, up and away. Most of the tanks going towards base C. I think we have the Batchat that's going to overlook base A. Or maybe more base B. Followed by the mouse. This could be quite the rush if they were straight on through. IS-4 taking some damage here. YOLO wagons moving in. And they are capping together. Pramo now taking base A. Dark Magician Girl moving on. I think they want to rush Enzyme, who's all alone there. And that might work in their favor. Straight now also capping base B with the mouse, very clever. Enzyme having no chances of survival here. Tanner moving in, which might cost him very dearly. There goes Enzyme, but now Tanner is basically on his own. And that might be very costly with the 113 that is appearing. Reich losing a tiny bit of health more in the middle. Versus the Batchat there. First shots being taken. It is costing them very dearly to try and get to Tanner. We have the Unique that is in the location. We have A7X and Reich moving in, but the Batchat just got a massive hit from the 268 at the back there. Tanner is not going to survive this for long. But it is costing them a lot of HP to push these guys, and I think they should have committed to pushing Tanner straight off. Tanner is now dead, but it cost them a tank as well. And it's going to cost them a lot more, because at this point, with 3 tanks in front of you, Eli does not have really much of a chance at all. Reich holding back. Unique just died. But the IS-4 is ready. He just takes the time to aim, and there we go. And it is 3 versus 4. But the point advantage is still in Straight's side. But they have to be careful. That mouse is going to be next on the list. 268. Ooh, oh wow. That fire. Or probably a ram. Could be both. But that really definitely helps. Now the mouse just hit and he's being deleted. And that means that they are also free to cap base B. Whereas we have Sebas at the back. He is spotted, but if the 268 shoots now, he's basically at a disadvantage. Because now he has been spotted. That bounced though. Yeah, the Batchat did get set on fire. Brahma now has 2 bases, so they have the point advantage. They will win it on points as they just survive. But they are going to go in for that kill. They have the luxury to do so because they still have 3 tanks. And I think Samuel is just going to grab base C. Just to add injury to insult. Insult to injury, I should say, sorry. And there we go. And that is the end of this match. And now we get to go to Castilla, which I don't want to go to. And we still have 1 minute and a half left before we actually get to go there. We see Straight making some people changes. Sniper had to go, probably. And we see Pramo readying up steadily. Still a minute left to go. They have some time. And we see Pramo pretty much ready with 2 268, 3 140s, a mouse and an AMX-50B. Oh, it's actually 1 268 and 2 AMX-50Bs now. And we have Straight almost ready in a Leo, 2 IS-4s, 2 AMX-50Bs and 2 Batchats. Those AMX-50Bs, we've seen them do. Ooh, one of them just changed in. We have a grill now. We've seen them do some quite amazing things with those AMXs on this map. Not just on this server, but generally those AMXs can work out really, really well on this map. And I quite like that, because if you have like the clipping, if you can clip people together, you can basically delete the tanks together. But at the same time, it does render you useless for about 20 seconds after. So it will be fun to see what they do. We enter the countdown clock now with 9 seconds left to go. And here we go. And the pressure will definitely be on Straight now, because they have to win every match from now on if they want to get the point. Whereas Pramo has 3 games to win just 1. AMX is turning around. They all seem to be going towards base A. Grill holding back a little bit. Nah, that is not a good thing. He needed that head start potentially. But it is a Grill, so he will make do. We have the Batchat going in straight to base B. That is very cheeky, but he might get away with it. If those AMX are a little bit afraid to push, we have the Grill going up beside it. Probably to help it. And the Batchat is like, yeah, nope, let's not. Now those AMXs are moving in. They are gonna take a shot for that. Reich not damaged. But the Grill, the Batchat is now losing HP. Nice shot by Even Steven. Now he's clip reloading, which I think is a good call. With the mouse that is pushing up, Pramo just grabbed base C. We have Straight grabbing base A. And we have the Grill and the Batchat in a very precarious position. AMXs are going down, literally. Grill has just been shot. He has been spotted, so he has to be careful. He also has to be careful not to drown. Batchat turning around. They are afraid to push these two. We have the AMX 50B that is at the back there, potentially to help. Grill running away. Using the bridge, but there's no one there. They can't really move from here. They are in a very tricky position. So is the AMX. He has not been spotted. But we see Pramo there at the back, making a push. The 140 now. That AMX is going to be absolutely slaughtered now. He does manage to unload his last shot. But he's not going to be able to reload before he dies. There he goes. Unique, in a very unique position there, but it really worked out. We have the Batchat near base A now. But the Grill is basically lost. Yeah, he's 4 at the back. Grill now losing HP. Grill is being deleted. Batchat is being deleted. You don't want to ram a mouse. He manages to avoid that. Reich losing a lot of HP. They are running into each other. Reich still has a shot left. But he has to get behind the building. Reich almost dead. But look at this. Pramo has point advantage. They have an HP advantage of about 1.5k. And they have 2 guns more than Straight does. The Grill is miraculously still alive somehow. Straight now capping base B. The AMX in a lot of trouble. They can get shots into him very easily there. And now he's on the long reload and he's not gonna last. They grab the base. If they survive, it might be different, but it's unlikely. We have the mouse pushing in. Batchat going down. There goes Even Steven. There goes the Grill. It is 4 versus 2. But the Leo was still undamaged. Not quite now though. He does get a kill there. And he has to play this carefully. Ooh. That is not a position you want to be in as a Leo. We have the mouse that is now grabbing the base. There goes Dark Magician Girl, and we only have the Batchat left now. And with base B being captured, he has no hope. He has hope of survival, but he has no hope of winning. He is turning around. 268 and 140 are pushing. And Tanner gets him. And that is the end of the Batchat and the end of this matchup, because that means that Pramo has it. They have the points. So that is it for the matchup tonight. Let's see what the current score is. I will probably still be showing you a replay or two while we wait for the points to get through. We have Void. That is still going against Rain. Straight we just saw. Rain Chaos. Just one from Von. We have Pincer. Pincer just won from Hated. So basically the one that we're waiting for is Void versus Rain. Rain. That is not Rain. Chaos, Rain. And that sounds so funny when you say it. So let's see. Like I said, I still have replays for you. I'm gonna show you... Actually, I'm gonna show you one that I got today. And this is actually a replay by a guy that managed to get a 10k game in the M60. Only I didn't get that because the replay broke. Because the whole reason that he got 10k was because his team went AFK as the game crashed. And he could basically farm. But at the same time, he loaded back in. But because he couldn't give me that replay, because the game didn't allow him to make it, he sent me this instead. Oh god, honestly. Yeah, I do understand that, but still. Oof. So this is not Supremacy, we have Encounter going on. So he's going more towards the middle. But he isn't the only one. Snapshot there that didn't pan. There we go, we have the mouse moving in. That bounce. VK over there. We have a tortoise coming up. And now they are capping the base. Ooh, you could see that that was gonna bounce. Tortoise steadily being wrecked. Them bounces though. We have the pitbull at the back there. Oof. He is bouncing a lot of shots. People gonna make a move. Nice. We have them pushing in the middle. VK just waiting to get shot there. Nice little bounce. Pitbull moving at the back. Steel gets bent. We are 2k damage in. Mouse pulling back. Nice little shot there. And he is going after the VK now. Nice. And before he can take a shot of damage, he kills him. Nice pattern being killed with his help. Basically it's 5 versus 3 and his teammate has a full clip. That definitely helps matters. And now they're going for the IS-7 instead. He does take damage there, but he has the HP to afford it. The AMX is in a lot of trouble now. Actually, AMX is out of trouble because he has no life left anymore. We are 4.5k damage into it. Honestly, why do you talk about people like that? That is just so unneeded. Mouse pushing through. Best not face to hug a mouse. That generally does not go well. Nice bounces. Batchat is still alive. Still fairly full health even. There we go. Mouse is almost dead, but so is the chieftain. There goes the mouse. And the Batchat is still reloading. But he gets killed. 3 kills, 6k damage. Nicely done. $1,647 base XP. Nice. So let's see if we have a score yet. Well, Parma, we know how that went. Void, let's see. It would help if it loaded. Rain 1. So Rain has another point. Not sure if that shows yet. It can be quite slow with the updating. Yeah, but they won all so far, so they have 5 points here instead of the 4 that we see. The rest we saw. So we're just waiting for a score to update, really. Just gonna check. I did see it right, they did win all 5 matches so far. So that means we have Rain with 12 points. We have Void with 10 points. We have Premo with 10 points. We have Rain Chaos, let's see, with 6 points. We have Straight with 4 points. We have Pincer with 5 points. We have Hated with 0 points. And we have Von with 1 point. So that is it for tonight. Like I said, we are still... The points are not completely updated. I'm gonna check real quick if I do this. If it then updates to give a complete score because the range point is still not there. Now it is. So this is basically the stats for the second round robins. And we have the first round robins here. Basically, Hated is out of the commission. Von is doesn't have a chance. The battle for place 4 will probably be between Rain Chaos and Pincer, I think. So on Saturday, let's see, I should be streaming these matches. So that should be a lot of fun because that is like the top 3 versus each other. So that will be great to watch. Like I said, that will be on Saturday. Before then I have the Asia stream on Saturday and the EU stream on Saturday before I get back to NA. But that is it for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I definitely did. Thank you all for the gameplay. Thank you all for watching. And that is it for me. I'm gonna grab some more Z's. And I'll be seeing you guys next time. Good night.